That's the clock of Vancouver's downtown. That's One Love over there. And I was walking by, smoking this joint. And just walking over here. And when I saw that, I'm completely in communion with the moment and saying David's place. This is the place that made me think of David. Because we got to smoke here before David left. And I just really love this place. It has such a special meaning to me. There's some cool vibes here, man. I don't even know what's really fucking happening. These are train cars, I think. They're going somewhere. Me and David smoked a joint. I think right here. On the first day that David came here. And maybe on the last, or the day before the last day or something like that. We had some good fucking ice cream from over this place, over here. Chimney cake. It's like they have some kind of a cylindrical pastry thing with cake in it. No, the thing itself is made out of cake, and they have ice cream in it. Oh, destruction. Look at this train. Looks fast. Look at that shit. And that's called Canada Place. Or maybe BC Place. I don't really fucking know. Kind of stupid. It's just around 10:30, 11. These are some shareable bikes. I feel like this is such a boring video. It's like, oh, is this some shareable bikes? I don't know. Why? Well, what? Why do I feel like it's a boring video? I've been looking at a lot of content of people, and I'm not really sure what kind of content to make. I've been feeling like a lot of stuff is happening that I really want to talk about, but I really don't know where to start because there's so much that's happening, and I just don't know where to really start expressing around this whole thing. I'm gonna switch hands. thought that was the dude's leg, but it's like the fucking giant sack of cans that makes that sound. I was like, what kind of leg would make that sound? Some weird ass fucking sound for a leg to make. I don't know. Just smoking a joint. Man, I fucked up the recording. I missed my face. Or no, I misclicked and stopped it. Not missed my face. So stupid. Well, I did miss my face too. I'm getting high as fuck. That's what's happening. This joint is so strong. Shit is good. Yeah, I don't know, man. All this riot stuff and all this, the whole thing, this whole cascade of dramatic social, what do we say? Dramatic social currents. Tides moving or something like that. That's how I'm picturing it. In all that, I don't know what to really focus on. God, I really have to switch hands. I think David might like this art. Kind of a pretty chill feeling. Not the most chill feeling. My parents are leaving for 4 days. My mom's leaving for 4 days, and gonna eat an edible, the whole thing to myself. Me and David ate half each. David's ass was fucked. He was ass fucked in the float tank. We went into the float tank with the edibles on, full Joe Rogan, higher primate style, on it, fully on it, and yeah. Ass fucked is the only vocabulary left in the dictionary to really fully elucidate the syntactical intention behind that experience. These trees and stuff are kind of cool. This thing makes a weird ass steamy noise, I guess. I wonder if it burned something. in order to make the steam. How does it heat the water? Is it electric? Probably used to be coal at some point. People didn't have electric back then. Or maybe they did when they made this one. I don't know. Yeah, man. I don't know what to really say about this whole thing. This whole cascade of change is really just so... It feels so dramatic, yet it feels so superficial. Or maybe this change is just so slow that it's hard to see it. But I don't know if the collective awareness of the society, of the big conversation that the media is having, that we're having through the media, is really leading somewhere different than where we've been before in this last, whatever experience that we've had as people. And there's just so much to... There's just so much to make someone... There's just so much to make someone want to fucking scream! Scream! But yeah, it got scared of me or something. Maybe just something. So much to make someone want to scream, but just screaming doesn't make the change that that person needs, that we need. Some guy just kept biking and staring at me. Some guy. He's cool. I don't know how I'm holding this half of the time. It's probably like half off half the time. This is why I wanted to buy the gimbal. The problem is the gimbal is hard to carry, man. It has a giant box and shit. It'll be easier to use on the island because I'll actually like go out more with the intention of recording. But I feel like it's sort of hard to always have it on me when I want to record, just randomly when I walk around. And it's okay, I don't always have to record with the gimbal. I just have to make sure to always keep the fucking face in frame or something. I don't know what to say, dude. I just don't know what to say, dude. Especially because I'm not talking to someone that is really deeply involved with it. Everyone seems to want to be involved with it, but nobody seems to be really the center of this movement. I want to find someone who feels like they're at the center of this thing and be able to really communicate with them. That would be really interesting. Alright, I think I'm gonna just finish this joint, take the bus back or something. Let's go, boys. This thing is not very good at filming at night with no light, so I have to walk where the lights are as much as I can. I don't know if even anyone cares to watch me just fucking walk at night. Feels like it's so stupid. Would I want to watch this shit? I don't know. Maybe if I liked the person, I don't know. What would I want me to do if I was watching this? I would want me to say something that makes me laugh. But I don't really feel like it. Okay, so then, man, I don't know. Who the fuck cares, dude? Such a weird thought pattern I have. You see, I'm so good at creating this other imaginary person and always talking to them like they're right here. Talking to you like you're right here with me, somehow. Now, what is that ability? There should be like a name for that. Oh, this is schizophrenia. Multiple personality disorder. No, not these fucking stupid ass. Stupid ass names. Why don't we have some fucking powerful, meaningful, positive way of saying someone is in touch with their imagination and with the power of it, like these authors and these fiction writers that have this incredible ability to create worlds in their minds, like a George R.R. Martin or an Ichiro Oda or H.P. Lovecraft with his fucking Cthulhu shit. Now, is that someone that has problems? Maybe, but maybe is there a way to have access to stuff like that without it being a problem? It depends on how you live your life, right? That's what a problem is. Depends on how you feel and how you live your life, how other people feel around you. And I think you could have access to stuff like that while other people in your situation in your life is pretty nice. Doesn't seem impossible. Why would it be? It's maybe rare or challenging, or it requires balancing a bunch of things, but so do a bunch of other things. So who cares? This is downtown Vancouver. That's some monument type thing for War soldiers. I think World War II. It says some cool shit. Actually, the bus just passed me, so I'm gonna walk there and show it. Because I'm cool like that. Oh shit. This thing switched just in time. Crossed it. We made it, boys. Alright, let's take a look at this shit. This thing, let's feel it out first. Just take a breath. Clear out my mind. And lose expectations. Just be here. Take another deep breath. And just feel this out. What do we see? We see gray rocks, flags, Canadian stuff, British things, a sword, a shield at the top. It looks like, I don't know what that is, some kind of sun thing or allied thing. And then there's things that are written here. Those who gave their lives in service of our country, in memory of. Is there anything inscribed on the rock? Under? No. Their name liveth forevermore. Their name? Why is it their name? People should remember their story, not just their name. We're supposed to remember the story, but we don't really remember the story. We just remember the words of it, how it's written. You know, if you know my story by knowing my words, it doesn't mean you know my story. That's like knowing Mike Tyson by watching his movie. You think that means you know Mike Tyson? You think if you go up to him and you're like, "Hey, Mike Tyson, I know you. I know what you're like. I saw your movie." You think he would be like, "Yeah," or Eminem or any of these people, if you read their book or watched their movie or something, that they would be like, "Yeah, man, you know me." Like, that's not how most people feel, unless you really do kind of see through them. But most people that just engage with only that material are not really in touch with the deepest level of the human being that those people have inside of them, that we all have inside of us, you know. They're looking at the image and a part of the story, but not the whole thing. And so it's a partial appreciation. It's a whole thing to it, you know. I don't really know what this whole thing is really gonna be like a month later, but it's really I'm paying attention in ways that I can. I don't know if I'm looking at the best sources. I don't know if there are any good sources. It feels like the whole internet has been so reduced to a pile of questionable, strange, censored garbage. And a little bit of humanity here and there. Hints of it. A few posts here and there. But even some people that are very human end up posting a whole bunch of like just super, I don't even know how to say it, like just unmoving, unoriginal, uncreative content. Like, it doesn't move anything anywhere. It just moves, I don't know, the numbers on the Instagram posts and the numbers in the world somehow. But There's no moving up here or like outside or anything. It's just numbers. Oh, cool. That does things. Except it doesn't. Oh. There's so much to fucking ask for from these movements. And from ourselves. I think if everybody was really trying to embrace their role, it would be so much easier to just communicate something more meaningful. I don't know what that even means. I'm kind of high as fuck. I think as a conclusion to the whole thing I just said, what would it be interesting to say? I think the most interesting possibility out of all of this is that enough people feel like there's a reason to do something, that we end up having enough people to actually end up doing something meaningful, because that would be really cool, obviously. And maybe we're moving in that kind of direction, because a lot of people are starting to feel a certain sense of urgency, like, hey dude, we need to do something maybe. I mean, I've been saying this for a while, but it's still not really there. Like you might be looking at this and be like, dude, there's so much is happening. It's not really there. If you think a lot is happening, strap on your belt, baby. This shit is like 20 out of infinity. So this is gonna go fast. Yep, this is just the start. And not in a bad way. It could be really good, but it's gonna be a lot of adaptation. And if we're not adapting before the storm comes, it's gonna be painful. I don't know how it could not be painful, but in some way it's gonna be painful. And so there's a room for adaptation and foresight and paying some attention. That's what's up. Paying some attention.